One girl in our group, she did need her epilepsy medication and she did not get it. She had a hard time fighting for it.
And that's not all. So she needed her medicine, but she decided to stay out and play the MrBeast games knowing that she needed her medicine, but she wanted to try to win the money. You see why you gotta watch the videos?
We finally gotten access to food after about 10 hours, and I witnessed a male just collapse right in front of me, and he was convulsing.
NBC News spoke to 5 other former contestants who asked to remain anonymous because they feared retaliation. They said there wasn't enough food and that they witnessed medics responding to a contestant who...
So leave. There's not enough food. These people wasn't holding you against your will. This is what happens. This is why greed is one of the 7 deadliest sins. You're being greedy. You didn't need $5 million. You wanted to sign up for that. The average person does not need $5 million to survive. Okay, that's what happened. Up YouTube, you click the title, you read the page, so I'm gonna just get to the point. MrBeast is yet again in the headlines. This time, he's being accused of having unsafe work conditions, all right? Basically, what they're saying is that he has some unsafe work conditions at his videos, during his video recording, all right? Shout out to NBC News. They're gonna break this down. We're gonna get to the video and we're gonna chop it up, all right? Subscribe for the vibe. Let's get to it. I don't put nothing past this MrBeast guy. I'm be real with you. I like what he do. You know, he gives back. I respect that. I like people that give back. But there's also another side to him that I just can't quite put my finger on.
Jimmy Donaldson, but you probably know him as MrBeast. You know, the guy with 312 million subscribers. Super duper popular. He's 26.
You know, the guy who had a friend who was talking to that minor and he really didn't fire his friend first. The friend stepped down and then he fired his friend. But yeah.
He's got all these videos. Some of them feature these stunts, these big giveaways, big money, right? 7 figures, millions of dollars. But there's some folks sounding the alarm after what they describe as a chaotic shoot. In a TV and streaming exclusive, our Chloe Malas speaks with another YouTube star who's looking to expose what's really behind the scenes of MrBeast's empire. So this is your new studio?
Rosanna Pansino, one of YouTube's original and most influential content creators, the host of a popular baking show.
And now we're going to do this to the rest of our donuts.
Is now speaking out against the platform's biggest star.
Jimmy is not the same person that he is on camera as he is off camera.
Pansino met MrBeast, whose real name...
Well, duh. That's usually how that works, right? Like, you're not... I mean, I would hope, like, at some point you gotta come to reality. But is she saying, like, he's, like, a whole different individual completely? Like, he's a jerk, he's a this, he's a that? Let's see.
Ms. Jimmy Donaldson about 5 years ago.
I have a heart for philanthropy and giving back, and that's how he presented himself, as a good guy who loves to do charity and likes to make big, fun, silly YouTube videos.
And whichever one of these 456 people survives the longest wins 456 grand.
Pansino even went into business with Donaldson, though the ventures failed. But she says everything changed after she appeared on MrBeast's 2021 reality competition show, The Creator Games.
And perfect hiding place.
She was unfairly edited, she says, to make it seem like she performed worse than she had.
Yeah, you can be like cyberbullied if I say anything that's not positive about MrBeast.
And when Pansino made that accusation on the pop culture podcast Just Trish last October, she says the backlash from some of MrBeast's fans was frightening.
I received...
What that got to do with him, though? If he got psychotic fans, and 9 times out of 10, his fans are children. So you mad because children are bullying you? Kids are mean. That's what it is. That's why I don't like kids. You know, I mean, but what?
Very serious, scary death threats.
That sounds terrifying.
Yeah, I've been online for a long time, so a little cyberbullying, the negative comments, I'm used to handling that mentally, but not at this magnitude. I was so scared. I thought I was having a heart attack. The death threats were very specific. They were very targeted.
In spite of that, in July, Pansino went public again, this time on TikTok.
I wanted to keep you guys updated on what I've been hearing about MrBeast's Beast Games.
She says that she's created a safe space for contestants to share their experience on Donaldson's new reality competition series. When Amazon MGM announced that series, the Beast Games was billed as the biggest reality competition series ever. The cash prize, $5 million.
I feel like I've been...
$5 million? Well, I ain't never heard of that. Y'all heard of that? Drop a comment, let me know.
Become an advocate. I can't in good conscience do nothing.
How many people have reached out to you so far, roughly?
Right now, it's a little over 200.
Could you tell me about some of the allegations?
They didn't have access to their medication. In a lot of these situations, it was life-saving medication.
William, who asked us to call him only by his first name because he fears online backlash, showed up to what he thought was the Beast Games, but it turned out to be a multi-day casting call for the show in Las Vegas.
One girl in our group, she did need her epilepsy medication and she did not get it. She had a hard time fighting for it.
And that's
So
not
it
all.
So she needed her medicine, but she decided to stay out and play the MrBeast games knowing that she needed her medicine, but she wanted to try to win the money. You see why you gotta watch the videos?
Finally gotten access to food after about 10 hours, and I witnessed a male just collapse right in front of me, and he was convulsing.
NBC News spoke to 5 other former contestants who asked to remain anonymous because they feared retaliation. They said there wasn't enough food and that they witnessed medics responding to a contestant who...
So leave. There's not enough food. These people wasn't holding you against your will. This is what happens. This is why greed is one of the 7 deadliest sins. You're being greedy. You didn't need $5 million. You wanted to sign up for that. The average person does not need $5 million to survive. Okay, that's what happens when you being greedy. I don't feel bad for these people. Yo, well, at least not in this case, but all that other ish that he was doing with, with his friend, and that I feel terrible. But this...
appeared to pass out. In August, the New York Times reported that more than a dozen unnamed participants told them that they had not received adequate food or medical care, and that some competitors had suffered injuries from the physical challenges, with some even leaving the competition arena on stretchers.
I think that the injuries are just appalling because they're injuries that could easily be avoided.
What types of injuries are you hearing about?
I heard people got trampled.
During that first game, I got trampled. Every line had a group of people at the back that were just getting trampled, and I watched a woman get knocked out cold.
Several contestants were hospitalized during the Beast Games promo shoot, according to NBC's Las Vegas affiliate KSNV, which cited multiple anonymous contestants. For his part, Williams says he would still compete again, and that he also saw Donaldson upset, trying to get contestants food and water.
He did try to do what he can. I do feel people are painting it that he did this maliciously, but at the end of the day, I feel everybody was just woefully unprepared.
In a statement to NBC News, a spokesperson...
Oh, yeah, that's what it sounded like. Y'all trying to blame him.
Person for MrBeast said that the promo shoot involving over 2,000 participants was, quote, unfortunately complicated by a global technology outage, extreme weather, and other unexpected logistical and communications issues, which we are currently reviewing. The spokesperson added that virtually all of those invited to the filming of the Beast Games in Toronto enthusiastically accepted our...
Yo, not for nothing, though. Like, my mother would have never let me watch no shit like this. I'll be real with you. I don't know how y'all be letting y'all kids watch MrBeast. I'll be real with you.
Invitation, and that they have taken steps to ensure that we learn from this experience. Amazon MGM Studios did not respond to a request for comment.
What would you say to people who might say, well, it sounds like that, business deal fell apart. You're doing this to elevate your own profile.
I understand that perspective. I really do. But I really encourage those people to look at the bigger picture.
The bigger picture is you signed up for this. And no one was holding you against your will. Okay, you're talking about cyberbullying. MrBeast has no control over that. Okay, that's the bigger picture. Girl, you sound crazy as hell, Boogie, but y'all subscribe for the vibe. I'm out, man.